Dear soul, the angels are reaching out to you with loving energy. They want you to understand the real reason why both you and your special person miss each other so much. This message comes through the Queen of Cups, a card full of love, deep emotion, and empathy. Right now, you and this person are both feeling a lot of emotional pain, and the angels want you to know that it's not without purpose. The connection between you two is rooted in deep emotional sensitivity. You are both gentle, feeling souls who care deeply. But sometimes, this kind of deep feeling brings not only love, but also pain. The Queen of Cups represents the emotional bond that links your hearts together. You both hold each other very close, even if you are not in each other's lives right now. There's a deep compassion between you that doesn't fade, no matter the distance or the silence. One or both of you may have been the emotional caretaker in this relationship, someone who carried the other's feelings, gave support, or tried to hold everything together. But now, the angels want you to pause and look within. Ask yourself, what am I still carrying in silence? There may be feelings, emotions, or truths that have not been fully shared. These unspoken emotions can build up, creating emotional heaviness and making the pain of missing each other even more intense. The angels also want you to understand the importance of emotional vulnerability. Often, we hide our true feelings to protect ourselves, even from the people we love the most. In this connection, it's possible that neither of you has felt truly safe enough to open your heart all the way. This fear of being hurt or rejected can lead to silence, even when your hearts are still crying out for each other. The angels remind you that real healing happens when emotions are expressed, not buried. When we hold in our feelings, we create emotional distance, even if the love remains. Each day without honest communication can make that invisible wall a little stronger. Another part of the message from the Queen of Cups is about your intuition. You may feel your person's emotions even when they're far away, like you're emotionally connected on a soul level. Maybe you felt their sadness, their longing, or their confusion, even without speaking. That's because the bond between you is strong and intuitive. But this can also be overwhelming. You're not just carrying your own emotions, you're picking up on theirs too. That can create emotional fatigue. When two deeply sensitive souls are connected, it becomes hard to tell where one person's emotions end and the other's begin. The angels ask you to become more aware of this emotional blending. Sometimes, the pain you're feeling is not just yours, it's shared. But when you take on another person's emotional weight without knowing how to protect your own energy, it becomes exhausting. That's why it's so important to take care of yourself, not just the other person. The Queen of Cups encourages healing through love, not just love for others, but love for yourself. The angels ask you to give yourself the same compassion and care that you so willingly offer to the one you miss. Missing someone doesn't just mean they're gone. It means their presence still lives in your heart. The depth of your sadness is actually proof of how much love exists between you. And while this pain may be hard to carry, it also holds the potential for healing. But healing requires openness, vulnerability, and honest communication. If you and your person can allow yourselves to speak from the heart and release the emotional baggage you've been carrying, then healing can begin. The angels now bring you another message, this time through the Ten of Swords, a card that speaks of endings, heartbreak, and emotional pain. This part of the message might feel heavy, but it also brings hope. The Ten of Swords represents a moment that may have felt like a breaking point, an argument, a betrayal, or a painful silence that made it feel like everything had ended. The angels see this pain and want you to know it's okay to grieve. Missing each other so deeply often comes from the feeling that something valuable has been lost, maybe even forever. But even though this card speaks of endings, the angels want to remind you that endings can lead to new beginnings. This pain, as deep as it is, marks the end of a painful cycle, not the end of love. Sometimes, something must break so something better can grow. Right now, you and your person may still be holding on to emotional wounds, hurtful memories, feelings of abandonment, or betrayal. These unhealed wounds are part of why you miss each other so intensely. Your heart still longs for understanding, peace, or closure. The Ten of Swords also reflects mental stress. Both of you might be caught in loops of overthinking, replaying past events, wondering what went wrong, blaming yourselves or each other. This mental pattern keeps the pain fresh. The angels gently ask you to let go of these thoughts. Releasing the blame, whether toward yourself or them, is necessary for your heart to heal. Holding on to guilt or anger only keeps you stuck in pain. The angels know you're tired, emotionally and mentally. This journey hasn't been easy for either of you. The love, the connection, the silence, and the pain have left you feeling drained. And that's part of the reason the missing feels so intense. You're tired of wondering, tired of hurting, tired of waiting. The angels want you to know that rest and healing are coming. But for that to happen, something needs to be released, whether it's the hurt, the memories, or the need to control what happens next. One of the most powerful messages the angels want to share is about acceptance. Some things are out of your control. You cannot change what already happened, and you cannot undo the past, but you can make peace with it. Acceptance doesn't mean giving up. It means acknowledging what is, so you can stop fighting it and start healing. The angels ask you to let go of resistance, to stop trying to rewrite the past, and instead focus on how you can move forward, whether together or apart, with peace in your heart. Even in the darkest times, there is light. The Ten of Swords reminds you that after the darkest night, the sun always rises. This pain may feel endless now, but it won't last forever. In time, healing will come. And even if this chapter with your person feels like it's ending, that doesn't mean the story is over. On a soul level, you both still feel connected, and that bond leaves space for hope. Hope for renewal, healing, or perhaps a new understanding. The angels also want to talk to you about forgiveness. True healing cannot happen without it. Whether you need to forgive your person, yourself, or the situation, forgiveness is the key that unlocks your emotional freedom. It doesn't mean you're saying the hurt was okay. It means you're choosing to let go so that pain no longer controls you. The angels know how hard this is, but they believe in your strength to do it. The final part of this message comes through the Page of Swords, a card full of mental energy, curiosity, and restlessness. This card shows that much of the pain between you and your person comes from unspoken thoughts and overthinking. Both of you are caught in your heads, wondering, analyzing, questioning what went wrong, or what the other is thinking. This overthinking adds to the sadness because instead of peace, you find more confusion. The Page of Swords also points to indirect communication. You may both be checking up on each other through social media, through mutual friends, or just by thinking of each other constantly. But neither of you may feel brave enough to speak openly. This creates a gap between your hearts. There is love, but no words. Longing, but no answers. The angels urge you to consider having a real conversation. You won't find the truth by guessing. You need openness, not assumptions. Misunderstandings can easily happen when silence becomes the only language. The angels say that the restlessness you both feel, the frustration, the waiting, is partly because neither of you wants to be the first to reach out. Both of you are afraid of rejection. But the angels remind you that love always involves risk. Healing will only come when someone takes that brave first step. Finally, the Page of Swords can also represent harsh words or quick reactions. If there were arguments or things said in anger, the angels ask you to reflect on them with compassion. Were these words spoken from fear or from pain? Can they be forgiven? Sometimes, what hurts the most is what was said too quickly or not said at all. Dear child, the angels want you to know this. The pain you feel, the missing, the questions, it's all part of a journey of healing, learning, and transformation. You are not alone in this. The angels are with you, guiding your heart through each emotion. They encourage you to speak with honesty, love with compassion, and forgive with grace. Only then can you and your person find the peace you're both longing for, whether that peace comes through reunion or through healing separately. You are deeply loved, and you are never alone. The angels want you to take a moment to reflect on how your words and actions may have affected the current situation. Maybe something was said in the heat of the moment, something that left emotional scars. The angels are reminding you that while words can hurt, they can also heal. They're encouraging you to choose your words carefully if or when you speak to this person again. Speak with love and understanding, not from a place of hurt or anger. They also want you to think about perspective. The Page of Swords appears when someone is still learning and growing, and the angels are saying that some of the pain between you and this person may come from not fully understanding each other. You may have misunderstood each other's words, actions, or emotions. That's why they want you to look at the situation from a higher point of view, beyond just what was said or done. You miss each other because, deep down, you both feel there's more to this story. The angels are urging you to seek the truth, not just in your thoughts, but in your heart. They want you to be honest with yourself and with each other. Be open about your feelings, your fears, and your hopes. They want you to stop overthinking, to stop guessing what the other person feels or thinks. Instead, they encourage you to open up and communicate honestly and clearly. Only through truth and vulnerability can the pain between you begin to heal. They're also speaking to you through the energy of the Ace of Wands, a sign of new beginnings and passion. They're reminding you of the powerful spark that first brought you and this person together. That same spark still burns, even through the pain. The reason you miss each other so deeply is because there's still passion and connection between you. The Ace of Wands represents not just feelings, but the potential for action, for something new to be created. It's about the dreams that were never fulfilled, the plans that never came to life. This connection holds energy that hasn't been fully expressed yet. That's why the distance and silence feels so intense, because it feels like something important was left unfinished. The angels want you to acknowledge this. They're also reminding you of the passion and inspiration that once lit up your bond. Even if things have changed or the relationship ended, that fire still flickers inside you. This doesn't always mean you'll come back together in the same way, but it does mean that the connection has meaning. If both of you are waiting for the other to make the first move, the angels are urging you to break that cycle. The pain of separation often comes from inaction, knowing there is still something there, but doing nothing about it. The energy of the Ace of Wands isn't meant to sit still. It's meant to move, grow, and create. So take action, whether that's reaching out, healing yourself, or even just expressing how you feel in a journal. Do something to let the energy flow again. The angels also want to remind you of the creative energy you shared when you were with this person. Maybe you felt more alive, more inspired, more yourself. That's something rare and special. The absence of that spark is a big part of the pain you're feeling. Honor it. Even if the relationship has changed, that energy still exists within you. Use it to inspire your next step, whatever that may be. The Ace of Wands is about fresh starts. The angels are telling you that this pain isn't the end. It's the beginning of something new. It could be a new chapter in your personal growth, a renewed connection built on stronger foundations, or even a new version of your relationship, one based on honesty, mutual respect, and passion. The angels want you to trust the fire that still burns inside you and let it guide you toward healing and growth. The Eight of Swords brings another message, one about feeling trapped. The angels see that both you and your person may feel stuck in your own minds, held back by fear, doubt, and sadness. The pain of missing each other feels heavier because you're both caught in a mental prison. But the angels want you to know this. The walls that surround you are not as strong as they seem. Most of them are built by fear. Fear of the unknown, fear of rejection, fear of making a mistake. Maybe you're both afraid to be vulnerable, to reach out, or to say what you truly feel. This fear keeps you locked in silence and distance. But the angels are gently urging you to face those fears. Ask yourself, what am I really afraid of? What's stopping me from moving forward? Kindly like this and subscribe for more videos.